Greasing your car 101. Obtain veggie oil, preferably from a Chinese restaurant or Japanese. I pour it through, what I'm doing is pouring it through a 100 micron barrel filter. It's 55-gallon barrel filter. You can get them from like 12 bucks from usplastics.com. Pour this veggie oil in here. It's got a lot of crap in it. And there's little pieces of wonton in there. This is the first time this has happened. Little pieces of wonton, all white. Good stuff. Yeah, it's kind of gross. I leave that and just, you can recompost that or whatever, so you ain't gotta like throw it away. That goes in there. Now what happens here, to get it to my pump, so I can pump it in my hot water heater and heat it up, open this valve that allows it to go to here. I get another valve here. Open this valve. Here, gurgle. And I flip this pump on. And that's going to suck the, I stuck like 7, 8 gallons in there. I'm going to pump it out of there, through this pipe, down, and come in, and go in here. And it's not going to come back out because I have a valve here to stop it. And that'll come in later. So I'm going to go ahead and pump that. We'll come back for greasing your car 201, 202, however they do that in college. So, shutter, alright. Greasing your car 201. We should call it something else. Veggie grease car. VGC 201. That's the call letters for the class. So, I've shut this valve off and I've shut this one off. Now all I want to do now is circulate the oil and heat it up. So I've got the bottom element on this hot water heater hooked up, not the top one, because you can burn this dude up because I've only got oil to here. So I just turned the hot water heater element on. I've got to open this valve here so it'll circulate. So now I've got a continuous loop going right here. So this valve up here, that goes over to my filter. So I've got it shut off, so just one continuous loop. Click the pump on. Hot water heater element. Let her sit until she gets to, can you zoom in on me? Gets to 140 degrees. So I got the little red thing there. So it has gone up. I've done this for a little bit when I went somewhere and I've come back. It's went up about 20 degrees. Took about 40 minutes. It'll take a couple hours to hit 140, but it doesn't use much juice. It's just a little pump from Northern Tool or Harbor Freight. It's like 30 bucks. Just a 1-inch water pump. So we're just gonna sit here, let it suck this grease. So, yeah, it's doing good. We got 40 gallons in here. And what I'm gonna do is cut that with 5 gallons of kerosene. And I'll throw in used motor oil and stuff too. As long as it's 10W40, 10W50 or less, I'll throw it in there too. It'll burn in a diesel also. Yeah, they've been lying to you about diesels. They can burn more than that. Tranny fluid, all kinds of stuff. So we're gonna let this heat up, and we'll come back to see you when we go to filter and put the grease in, kerosene in. We already got plenty of grease. 301 coming up. All right. What we're doing is, I've already poured most of it in so you don't have to watch. Just poured in 5 gallons of kerosene. You can see it's a clear liquid. I've got 4, let's show them there, 4 5-micron filters. Yeah, this is a little backwoods, but that's what you get when you're in college and you ain't got a lot of money. 4 filters, filtersource.com, like 2 1/4 a piece. Got 4 valves, all opened about the same amount, so they'll fill at the same rate. You get this 5 gallons of kerosene in here. Actually, you can do it too. Hit that second switch right there. There you go. Get this jug stuff. Pulling this in here. Now it's just going to run in these filters. Because we're up to 140 degrees or close to 140. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just kind of wanted to kill the mold off and stuff. Kerosene's in. These filters, yeah, step back a minute, I'm gonna check that. Make sure you don't fill up too fast. No, working beautifully. Works better than expected. Yes, this is the first time I've done it this way. I did it even more backwoods before. I'm gonna shut that off. It's hard to hear with that. But I've heated up almost 140. I just want to kill any bacteria. Plus, I want it to be able to separate water. Oh, yeah, it's like 136 or something. So we'll recap what happened here. We took raw grease straight from the fryer. 100 micron barrel filter. 12 bucks at usplastics.com. 55 gallon drum. Valve. We sucked it into here. And we shut everything off. Kept this valve closed. We had this valve open. Circulated the oil. Heated it up with our element from our hot water heater. Thankfully the top one was bad, not the bottom one. Got the pump here, 30 bucks, Northern Tool, Harbor Freight. Gotta catch them on sale though. And now, what I've done is I'm still pulling oil out of here. I've got this valve open and this one closed, so it'll go over to my filters. Pretty simple. And there's an extra hole over here on top. So we've plumbed in. This is where the cold water comes in, the hot water comes out. And I got my oil going in here, and this here, I got it covered with some screen stuff, just so no buggies want to get in there and live. And this is our vent, so we don't pull too much of a vacuum. But if you do a biodiesel setup, it's real easy. You just add your methanol tank and mixer for your to make the methoxide, and you just tap right into here. And then you can have this vent up here. This is a little cap. This allows air in when you're putting the methoxide in, or the grease or whatever with a biodiesel. So this can easily, with a couple hours of work and another barrel, you can turn into a, I don't even need another barrel really, you just need the methoxide stuff, and you can wash it and everything and have biodiesel. Or I'm cutting it, this is for an 83 Mercedes, my 83 Mercedes 300 SD turbo diesel. Any of your old diesels will take this kerosene veggie oil blend, but as you get into newer ones, they get a little pickier. So technology is actually hurting us at this point. But you can do your regular grease this way, cut it with kerosene. Your old Isuzus, Chevettes, maybe your old Volkswagens, I don't know. I don't have one, but all your old Mercedes, probably 85 and under, can handle this setup. 1 gallon of kerosene per 8 gallons of veggie oil. Simple enough. If you're worried about water, that's really part of the reason why we're heating it up, is to separate any water that may be in there. But I get really good grease, so I really don't have to do it. But this is just iso heat for diesels. Put some of that in every couple of tanks. You know, right now I got kerosene at 4 bucks a gallon, so I'm 50 cents a gallon. I'm doing it better than a biodieseler. Do it this way, I ain't got to convert the car, none of that. So there you go. It's a grease setup. If you have any questions, bear with me. I'm a really busy guy, so buy a hydrogen booster from me, or don't. Just take the knowledge and do something cool with it. Thanks.